For the last probably 12 years, I've lived in Sydney, working in advertising. The role that I've had comes with a lot of pressures and stresses, and within that industry, you sort of live and breathe the job. For years, I've sort of searched for what is that better way to live and find that balance between trying to make a living and then trying to spend quality time with my family. Had an opportunity to go to New York, and it was quite a senior opportunity to go and be a senior creative director for a massive agency in Manhattan, and went over there and just threw myself into the thick of it. And there it's day and night, 7 days a week. There's a lot of stuff happening if you've been in Soho, but this one old guy just stood out, and he was basically positioned on the corner. I think it's Crosby and Prince Street, and old eccentric guy in a big fur overcoat, and he had this massive gold box taking photos of people walking past, and I was just like, what the hell is that? Painted it in this metallic gold, and so just like this over-the-top eccentric, almost like a piece of jewellery wrapped around his neck. He literally stopped my wife and said, can I take your picture? And again, I was just not really paying that much attention to, except it was such a crazy looking thing. And then watched him take the photo, and he pulled this huge bit of paper out, and he's thrown it down, and he's torn it, and he's rolling it, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? And he handed it this beautiful this photo that just looks so amazing and old and timeless, and colours were distorted, and it had cracks and stains, and I was just like, oh my God, that looks amazing. I've never seen anything like that. And it was not the ugliness, but the imperfection that made it so amazing. Especially when you work in advertising, everything's about being so perfect and so polished. This guy had just broken all those rules and just done this beautiful old distressed picture. Got to live in New York, never have got to travel the places I've travelled, meet the people I've met. And if I hadn't have had those experiences, I wouldn't have discovered this form of photography, which, now is my passion and what I love doing. And, through surfing and loving the land, it's almost the contrast to what you would ever want to do, be stuck in an office in the middle of a major city. There are some real challenges day to day with doing this technique. I mean, when I'm trying to shoot in the ocean or in the surf, I'll literally have to carry several cameras down. I can only shoot one at a time. There's no viewfinder, so I can't even see what I'm shooting. You can't shoot directly into the sunlight. Can't shoot motion, you can't zoom in. So there's all these restrictions that really sort of frame your thinking and what you're going to shoot. You get some really bizarre looks out in the surf when you walk out with the camera above your head in waist deep water, trying not to get any water on the camera, and then you've got this giant extendable camera out. But even when you get that shot, you've then got to go in, walk up the rocks, all the way back up to the point, get my little handmade sort of dark room out, roll the camera, develop it. And so, that's just to get one shot, and you've got to do that every time. Some people would think that's a real chore. For me, it's like once I get that great shot, that shot holds so much value to me.